Hello everyone, we are back. This is our presentation in the game we made based on the activity that been posted to our LMS. We have here the dance challenge game. This aim to move characters according to the instructions, what arrow you will press, and the character will move. If your moves is exact to what the instructions will say, you can go to the next level, but if you get the wrong move, the game will automatically game over. Before we go to the code, we need to download first the images that will be used to the game. I have here the downloaded file of the game. Okay, let's proceed to the code. We have here the import BGZRAN, the first line to start the whole game. From random import rand8. This imports the rand8 function from Python's random module. Let's define the size of the game, or the game windows, by putting a value to the width to 800, height to 600, and center x to width over 2 and center y height is equals to height over 2. In move list and display list, this will contain list of the dance moves. These are the assigned variables that will be needed for the game. The score, which is your score, the current move is the move you make, and count is how many counts you move to current level, and dance length is equals to 4, which is the maximum move you will need to do. In this code, these are flag variables that keep track of what's happening in the game. Now it's time to define the actors and set their starting positions. When the game starts, the dancer appears in the starting position in the center of the game window, which means the name dancer starts is the image we import. In this line of code, this code will arrange the colored squares in a cross shape below the dancer. If you press the up arrow, it will show the image up arrow that represents your move, same as the right, down, and left. It's time to see what our game is going to look like. Here in global game over to global count, these lines tell Python which global variables you want to use in this function, meaning these are the variable of score, game over, say dance, global count, and show countdown. This line, if not game over, this command is only run if the game isn't over. The next line is screen.clear. This line clears previous items drawn, which means all the move you make to the previous level will be cleared out. In screen.build, use this function to add a background in the game window. The stage is the image we have here in our files. These lines draw all the actors in their current positions. And in screen.draw, that text, this prints the score in the top left corner of the screen. In screen.draw.text, dance colors equals to black. This line draws the word dance on the screen black. And in screen.draw.text, string count colors equals to black. This line displays the current value of count on the screen in black. Here in top left is equals to 10, 10. These lines draws the score in top left corner. And here in game over, colors equal to black. This line draws game over in black at the center of the screen. Let's go to the def reset dancer. This function will set the actors back to their original positions. In global game over is a global variable we use to this line. In dancer.image is equal to dancer up, this line changes the image of the dancer, same as the other move that you will make in the entire game.
Next is update dancer function. This line of code changes the image of the dancer to match the dance move he should perform. Also, the colored square that correspond to that dance move also changed to become outlined in yellow. In this function, the update image used to highlight the color square, and the dancer that image changed the image of the dancer. Also, clock that schedule changes the move for 0.5 seconds and return it to the starting pose. The next is display move function. This block of code used to display some computer-generated move for the player to copy, beginning by writing function that displays a sequence of move to memorize. The next is generate move function. This function generates a sequence of move to display on the screen. You need to use for loop to generate 4 random numbers, ranging from 0 to 3, where each number represents one of the moves you set up. Another one is the countdown function. This displays 3, 2, and then 1 with a 1-second pause between each number. The count is equals to count minus 1. This code updates the value by subtracting 1 and schedule another call to the countdown function in 1 second.
Next function is the next move. So this function compares the first move of the player to the first move given by the computer. And this method identifies whether the end of list is reached. If the end of list is reached, then move completed is equals to true. Next function is the on key up. It accepts an argument key. This function checks if the arrow that has been pressed is matched with the arrow given by the computer. If matched, then proceed to the next move, or else game is equals to true or game over. Each arrow has a corresponding condition or checker. We have a condition for key up, key right, key down, and key for left arrow. Next function is the update function. This function updates the moves displayed in the computer. This line of code runs as long as the game is not over, or else music will stop. Now let's try to run our game.